Work on Track 19 is scheduled to begin on June 8th and is set to be complete on July 20th. Gabrielle Anzalone says although she fell short on votes, she's still calling her experience a win, as young people are taking action to make sure their voices are heard. This year's event is themed around the idea that children and adults can be unstoppable with access to the opportunities that the Ficardi Center offers. The veteran visits the Black Forest Bakery often and usually leaves his walker right behind me near the entrance door with no problem. The chairman of the Airport Commission says he plans to go to the state with the community's complaints, and local residents say they won't stop fighting for the community and transparency. Ma says the family has secured an attorney and they plan on filing a notice of claim by the end of the week. Within just hours, the 19th century building reduced to rubble and ready for redevelopment. But the East Rockaway District is taking action, and the new backpack rule is only one of the new safety improvements that the district is in the process of implementing. Protesters say they're depending on the town council to listen to their constituents who are against the project and stop the overdevelopment. The dogs graduating here today are trained to do a variety of different things, like pick up items off the floor, like my phone here. Hey, girl. That's it. That's it. Yeah. The final findings of the audit are said to be released within a 60 to 90 day window. Now it's all eyes on stage as the historic building returns to its original roots, and the Perlmans say the response has been overwhelming.
Somebody stole it.
Richard Dixon says he was in disbelief when he walked outside his favorite Lindenhurst bakery Wednesday morning and realized his walker was stolen.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
The veteran visits the Black Forest Bakery often and usually leaves his walker right behind me near the entrance door with no problem. He's here every day.
Every day, several times a day.
Thomas Lorch, the owner of the Black Forest Bakery, says he knows Dixon well from his frequent visits.
These are the people we were supposed to respect. The everyday person who goes out of their way and does stuff for us, like Mr. Dixon.
And lucky for them, the building has security cameras. In the surveillance video, you can see two women show up and wheel the walker away.
We went through the whole process of getting the cops here and showing them the information. We put it on Facebook.
The post now has nearly 8,000 shares and over 1,000 likes. The community response overwhelming.
I was very grateful. I was, quite surprised.
People called us from Canada and are shipping down walkers from California, from New Jersey.
Dixon in tears after learning two little girls donated their Easter money to help him buy a new walker. And so far, over 8 walkers donated to the 75-year-old. Lorch says they plan to give the remaining walkers to a veteran's home.
I'm expecting at least 6 or 7 more tomorrow.
Suffolk County Police say the two women in the video are 22-year-old Monica Newcomb and 42-year-old Heather Loro, both now arrested, charged with petty larceny, set to appear in court at a later date. Lorch says one of the women in the video returned the walker, claiming she didn't know it belonged to anyone and it was for her mother. But the overwhelming support is something Dixon says he'll never forget.
Nobody has ever done anything like this in my life.
In Lindenhurst, Chelsea Arizari, FiOS 1 News. It's been years in the making. Finally at the historic Argyle Theater opening night.
I'm so excited. I got season tickets.
Long Islanders in for a treat.
The buzz is here, the hype is here.
The theater's first performance sold out, as many traveled from across the island to see the musical debut of Guys and Dolls.
I'm thrilled. I haven't seen the show. I've heard it's great.
Peggy Baumgartner has lived in the village of Babylon for over 40 years and says she's grateful the historic building has been given new and vibrant life.
I think it's exciting for the town.
The owner and managing partner, Dylan Perlman, says in the 1920s, the building originally served as a theater.
In the 1980s, this single theater was converted into a 3-screen movie theater.
The building closed in 2014, and the theater had to be completely restored.
14 months to really renovate this to what we needed it to be, a professional, live, legitimate theater.
Now it's all eyes on stage as the historic building returns to its original roots, and the Perlmans say the response has been overwhelming.
I'm thrilled about it.
There's always room for places where people can do things that are different, take them out of their comfort zone.
The theater will feature comedy performances, children's shows, live music, and more.
All brand new. So state-of-the-art lighting, sound.
And we have some of the best New York actors and a couple of locals who are fantastic.
With the vibrant downtown newfound life, the Perlmans hope to make the Village of Babylon even more of a hotspot.
Walking into an old-fashioned Broadway theater, and we're trying to kind of reproduce that.
From the Village of Babylon, Chelsea Irizarry, FiOS 1 News. An emotional afternoon in Medford, as 21 specially trained furry companions are going home with their new owners.
Happy because I'm going to have a friend.
It's very emotional.
It's all part of the Canine Companions for Independence graduation ceremony. CCI is a national nonprofit that raises and trains these dogs to help those with disabilities. Donna Burke of North Belmore couldn't hold her tears back as her assistant's pup walked toward her on the stage.
She's going to change my life.
At the graduation ceremony, the dogs are passed on from their puppy trainers to their new owners, where the dogs will help them with everyday tasks.
They were presented to them by their puppy raisers who raised them for the first 18 months of their life. From there, they go into their what we call professional training with our instructors who are on staff.
Then comes the rigorous 2-week training program, where the dogs are matched with their new owner and learn to work together. The graduation ceremony is a culmination of the training program.
Working on different commands each day.
The dogs graduating here today are trained to do a variety of different things, like pick up items off the floor, like my phone here. What's he going to help you out with?
Picking up stuff off the floor, turning on lights, opening doors.
But these specially trained canines do more than just help out with everyday tasks. These pups offer independence.
You know, my husband works, and when I'm home or I go out without him, she can help me. I don't have to ask for other help.
And companionship. Thomas Hastings is 12 years old and has had over 15 back surgeries due to scoliosis. Already, he and his yellow lab Nash have an unbreakable bond.
It's my forever friend.
From Medford, Chelsea Irizarry, FiOS 1 News. An evening geared towards unity. Long Islanders coming together to celebrate the Jewish holiday Lag BaOmer.
It's the day that a great rabbi, his name was Rabbi Shimon, he passed away many, many years ago, and he asked that the day of his passing be a day of celebration.
He stood for world peace and unity.
At Wantagh Park, the celebration of community and unity. The festive holiday is usually marked with outings, bonfires, and other joyous events.
They do bonfires and they do all kinds of things. It's very big in Israel and nice to see here.
I think it's important to spend the day with family and friends.
Rabbi Kramer says the celebration is also to denounce hate.
I believe they were under the slide, several of them.
As Nassau County Police found symbols of hate in the same park as the celebration.
It wasn't something that anyone would have believed could happen here at Wantagh Park, but it did.
Here at Marina Park is where police officers say they found 3 swastikas carved into the slides over the weekend.
It just had happened to be the same week.
The swastika is now removed and police are still searching for the culprit. Elected officials voicing their opposition Thursday evening, denouncing the hateful acts.
We really do have to learn to live with one another, respect one another, respect our differences.
But Rabbi Kramer says getting the community together to bring love and unity among people triumphs the symbols that bring out hate, the evening serving as a reminder to love and accept one another.
Something negative takes place, we're supposed to counter that with something positive.
It's really about being a community and really about being there for each other.